All right, we back. Now, today's going to be a quick video, man, but we're going to talk about the U.S. State Department dropping sanctions on the ex-prime minister of Haiti. Let's talk about it. Now, if you've been following me for a long time, then you already know one thing that I say all the time: life is not about equality. Life is not about morality. Life is about power. And I think this situation provides me another opportunity to drive that point home. Now, let's jump into the article real quick. Let's talk about it. As you can see, the article from CNN says this. Now, they're talking about the ex-prime minister, Laurent Lamothe, and it says, specifically, Lamothe misappropriated at least $60 million from the Haitian government's Petrocaribe infrastructure investment and social welfare fund for private gain. Through this corrupt act and his direct involvement in the management of the fund, he exploited his role as a public official and contributed to the current instability in Haiti, Blinken said. As you already know, Anthony Blinken. It goes on to say, Blinken said the designation is a part of a series of actions that promote accountability for those who foment violence and block life-saving humanitarian support and enrich themselves at the expense of the Haitian people. Now, one thing you got to understand as it relates to the U.S. State Department taking actions against Haitian politicians, when things like this happen, I just see it as this dude, obviously, he's not seeing eye to eye with the State Department right now. That's all it is. Him and the State Department got beef. That's all it is, man. That's all it is. Because when it comes to the people that the State Department has no problem with, you'll never see any sanctions coming up against them. You'll see them all up and down Florida. You'll see them all over Miami. You'll see them all over goddamn the state of Florida. You'll see them all over New York, driving Rolls Royce, driving BMW, driving Mercedes, driving Lambo trucks, living in big mansions next to Donald Trump's kids and all that. But when it comes to somebody who the State Department is not seeing eye to eye with, that's when you'll see this happening. And a few months back, I had made a video entitled, take a look up on the screen, the Canadian government sanctions Haitian billionaire Gilbert Bidot. And when I dropped that video a while back, I was speaking about how I was surprised the Canadian government took an action against the Haitian billionaire Gilbert Bidot, who is actually the richest, most powerful Haitian man walking the earth as it stands right now. And I didn't see the U.S. State Department follow up with that. You know, it rubbed me the wrong way, man. It rubbed me the wrong way. But like I said, life is not about equality. Life is not about morality. Life is not about none of that bullshit. Life is about power. So when you got the money and power, it don't matter. When you got the money and power, you do what the fuck you want. Like, what was that song by Future? Remember when Future said, you do what you want when you poppin'? You do what you want when you poppin'? It's the same exact thing. You see, in this situation right here, I believe the ex-prime minister is being sanctioned because, you know, of mismanagement of funds. But the Haitian billionaire Gilbert Bidot was sanctioned because they found him connected to the active gang violence that is taking the lives of Haitian citizens. They found him in connection with the same exact gangs that are terrorizing the population in the capital. And at the time, I didn't really understand why the State Department didn't take the same exact action as the Canadian government, especially when there were articles such as this one being published. As you can see, take a look up on the screen, the billionaire oligarch who's enabling Haiti's murderous gangs. Businessman Gilbert Bidot is facing penalties for his alleged involvement with the violence that's engulfed the country during Prime Minister Ariel Henry's corrupt reign. And that was an article talking about the Canadian government dropping sanctions on Gilbert Bidot and his family. But here's the thing though, that was a useless sanction. During that time, I said that was a weak sanction because Gilbert Bidot, he doesn't have any businesses, any property, any investments in Canada. So imagine somebody trying to sanction me out in goddamn Czechoslovakia. I don't live in Czechoslovakia. I don't got no family in Czechoslovakia. I don't get money out of Czechoslovakia. Who gives a fuck about your weak ass sanction? That was my opinion during that time. It was a weak sanction. If they really wanted to hurt him, they would sanction him. The State Department would come with sanctions. That right there would put a hole, that would destroy his entire operation. That would destroy his entire operation. Because if the State Department had sanctioned Bidot and his family, Bidot, he has property in the United States. Millions, and millions of dollars worth of property. He gets money out of the United States. He has businesses in the United States. He pays taxes to the United States. He's a billionaire, so he's a large taxpayer. So he has investments in the United States. He has interest in the United States. If you really want to hit him where it hurts, the State Department should come with that sanction, that knockout punch sanction that would destroy his entire operation. But it never came. And still to this day, it never came. But they want to drop sanctions on Laurent Lamothe, who I'm not saying doesn't deserve a sanction, but I'm saying stop picking and choosing. If you want to be the bastion of democracy, of equality and morality that you proclaim to be, then let's keep it fair across the board. Let's keep the same energy across the board. But instead, as expected, the State Department is operating in the same fashion and the same manner that it's always operated. I'm going to protect my homies. I'm going to protect my friends. And if anybody that I don't see eye to eye with, I'm stepping on their necks. But like I said, life is about power, not morality, not equality. So this level of hypocrisy should come as no surprise to anybody with functional intelligence. And in fact, take a look up on the screen, as you can see from the article entitled, How United States Lawyers and Bankers Aided Powerful Haitian Tycoons Now Sanctioned Over Corruption by Canada. 2 Haitian millionaires accused by Canada of corruption and enabling murderous gangs to run rampant across the long-suffering island nation were helped for years by United States lawyers and bankers to buy offshore companies and such luxuries as a multi-million-dollar ocean view home in Florida. In December, the Foreign Ministry of Canada sanctioned Gilbert Bijo, who is often referred to as Haiti's richest person, and insurance magnate Sherif Abdallah, calling them members of the Haitian elite who provides illicit financial and operational support to armed gangs. Together, Abdallah and Bijo owned or had other links to almost 20 companies and trusts created in some of the world's most secretive tax havens, according to documents from the Pandora Papers, a global investigation by the International Consortium of Investigative Journalists. Lawyers and bankers in Miami provided the men with tax advice, letters of reference, and other services, according to leaked files that formed the basis of the 2021 investigation by ICIJ and media partners. So yes, you heard that correctly. Gilbert Bijo is not receiving any sanctions from the U.S. State Department because he is a darling of the U.S. State Department. That is their boy. That is their guy. They get a lot of money together. They have a lot of business connections together. Listen, and on top of that, Gilbert Bijo, I know he's a Haitian. Yeah, he is a born and raised Haitian indeed, but you got to understand. I'm not going to say his religious background. I'm not going to say that, but I'm just going to say he comes from a culture of men. He comes from an ethnic group of men who have a lot of solidarity among each other, that are powerful in several governments around the world, that are powerful in several industries around the world. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it right there. So when you see somebody like Gilbert Bijo go untouched, go completely untouched and unchecked by the United States government, you got to understand, a lot of his brothers are in the United States government. A lot of his brothers have his back. That's all I'm going to say. A lot of his brothers got his back. A lot of senators, a lot of politicians, they have his back because they're of the same religious faith. They believe in the same thing. They believe in the same God. They grew up in the same culture. They grew up in the same faith. And they have a lot of solidarity among each other. But in my opinion, right, if you got one guy that was sanctioned because of mismanagement of funds by the State Department, and you got another guy who is confirmed his connection to armed terrorist groups inside the country, in my opinion, if you weigh him up on the scale, I think the guy who ran off with a little bit of money, I don't think he committed as much of a crime as someone who has confirmed their relationship with armed domestic terrorist groups. Am I making excuses for the prime minister? Hell no. I believe in accountability. But I'm saying let's not pick and choose. Because if we're going by mismanagement of funds, Gilbert Bijo, it's already been confirmed, he done mismanaged damn near $2 billion in state money. So not only is Gilbert Bijo connected to more criminal activity, he's actually mismanaged more funds, and he has not received even a damn tap on the shoulder from the U.S. State Department. And in my opinion, that's some bullshit, man. But like I told you, life is about power, not morality. The ex-prime minister, Laurent Lamothe, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, big bro. You just don't got the money and power for the protection, man. You don't got enough money and power for the protection, man. Get your money up, bro. Get your money up, man. You know what I'm saying? Get your money up, bro. I don't understand it. The so-called most powerful nation in the world, you scared of some Haitian billionaires. You scared of coming up against some Haitian billionaires. I don't understand it. Why are these Haitian billionaires so powerful that you are so scared to bring any repercussions against them? Because as we speak right now, I dropped that video the other day. Gilbert Bijo's granddaughter, she walking around Miami in $100,000 outfits, man. Play the footage, man.
I love your outfit. Where is the blazer from?
Maj.
Okay. And what about the denim?
They're my sisters.
Okay. Shoes?
Chanel, Dior.
Yes. Glasses?
Rude.
Okay.
Vintage. This is Cartier.
Yes. What type of AP is it? Do you know the style?
Royal Oak. And this is from my jeweler. Vintage family ring, also vintage Cartier and Van Cleef.
So nice. So I have one question for you. What inspires your fashion?
My mom.
Such a great answer. Thank you.
Now me, because I understand how the world works, I don't expect sanctions to ever come down on Gilbert Bijo unless him and the State Department begin to clash. That is the only time that sanctions will come down. If Gilbert Bijo and the State Department start to see things in a different way and they start to butt heads and they start to go back and forth, that is when the State Department will punish him. We'll get him back in line by saying, listen, we're coming with them sanctions. That is the only way. But as it stands right now, Gilbert Bijo has an excellent relationship with the State Department. That is why himself, his family, his granddaughter, everybody around him is able to live comfortably, luxuriously, without a care in the world. Because guess what? They already know my boys up at the State Department, they got me. And why is that? Obviously, besides the fact that Gilbert Bijo does crazy amounts of lobbying in the U.S. government, bro. I'm talking about he be pulling out the checkbook and dropping cash, bro. He be dropping that bag. Besides that, a lot of his companies are connected to American companies through import of goods. For example, they might buy products from the United States and then resell it in Haiti. So without Gilbert Bijo, the United States wouldn't be able to exploit the Haitian economy as efficiently as they've been exploiting it, because obviously the United States can't just come in and occupy the country. So in the modern day, what these powerful nations do is they have powerful men in place who are active inside the country who do their bidding on their behalf, right? They're not going to personally occupy the country, but the guy in power, the president in power, is going to be working in their interests. The elite businessmen that control the economy, they are also going to be working in their interests, and in return, they'll also provide them benefits such as ease of access into the country, provide them visas, allow your children to come to school, go to university, allow you to buy property, allow you to invest in the country, things like that, right? It's a mutual, I scratch your back, you scratch my back. But as soon as we don't see eye to eye anymore, that is when you'll see the sanctions come. It's never about we want to uphold democracy and morality and humanitarian aid. No. It is, listen, the prime minister, the ex-prime minister, he's not seeing eye to eye with the State Department right now. So guess what? They smacking him on his head right now. They smacking him across the head like, nigga, get in line. You know what I mean? But Gilbert Bijo, he's a darling of the State Department. So even if he's responsible for thousands upon thousands of deaths, oceans worth of blood being spilled in the country, it doesn't matter, because guess what? That is our guy. Because like I told you in the beginning of the video, life is about power, not morality, not equality. Life is about power. And that's why I tell my brothers, you better be focused on getting money and power. And also let this be a lesson. This is why I have solidarity with my brothers from across the world, regardless of whatever country that you are from. I don't care what part of the world you are from. If you're a black man, you my brother. Because guess what? In other cultures, it doesn't matter if a Jew was from Haiti, or if a Jew was from the United States, or if a Jew was from France. Jewish men have that solidarity among each other to where it doesn't matter where you are from. You are my brother. You are my brother. We share a common origin. We share a certain commonality among each other. We share common interests. And we should enforce that across the world. So I'm going to wrap it up right here, man. Look, I'm not impressed by the sanction. It's a weak sanction. The Prime Minister, Laurent Lamothe, he's somebody that is very low on the totem pole, right? There's men that are way more powerful, that are way higher on the pyramid than ex-Prime Minister Laurent Lamothe. Anthony Blinken, I'm not impressed. The U.S. State Department, I'm not impressed. Joe Biden, I'm not impressed. Wake me up when you drop sanctions on Gilbert Bijo, which I know will never happen. It's your boy Nevercari Desaline. Cash App up on the screen. Like, share, subscribe, and I'm gone. Peace.
Reincarnated, I'm back in original fashion. I left on a horse and came back in the ass, and I left with abundance and came back to famine. We used to be pyramids, now we be rapping. Look how the mighty have fallen. Used to be running, now we be walking. When you be cooning, that's when they applauded. Selling your soul, your sons and your daughter. Gotta come up in this shit, they stuck in the mix. Really, my heart it be breaking. That's why I'm stacking that paper and handle my business. Pass it down in generation. Talking about money and power and building a nation. That's a deadly combination. Never be watching the TV, they pushing agendas, falsifying information. Know they got malice intentions. Step in the room and I'm feeling the tension. Enemy watching, he blocking my vision. Came for the check cause I need my redemption. Building my kingdom, I need it protected. Ready for war like a young Money Congo. Never decided the team is the motto. Up in the crib and I'm whipping up waffles. Up in the crib and I'm smoking gelato. I'm chilling, I'm taking my pain and make it ambition. I'm blessed by the gods, but I ain't religious. I came for the power, they came for the bitch. They making no hourly wage, I got business. This shit is an art and they could never be taught. Selling my soul, I can never be bought. Play with my money, I see you ain't caught. Run to the check and I do it for sport. Babylon falling, I go to the source. Packing my luggage and go overseas. Shorty be with me and she so elite. Shorty be chocolate, I'm calling her Hershey. Secret intelligence probably gon' murk me. Don't fuck with brands cause nigga I'm Haitian. Say the wrong shit and you're smacking their faces.